Hello again, everyone. Zach Attack is here with my Atak Sports for this Monday, St. Paddy's Day edition of the Atak Sports. This Irish St. Paddy's Monday, March 17th, 2014. Happy St. Paddy's Day. Wearing mine green today. Hope you're wearing yours as well. If you're not, well, just a normal day for you, but it's St. Paddy's Day for a lot of people. Happy St. Paddy's Day to you. Now it's time for my Atak Sports today. I'm not doing basketball. I'm not the NCAA guy. If you've seen my Atak Sports before, you know I talk about 3 sports most of the time. Football, wrestling, and cage fighting. I don't care about basketball or NCAA crap. And speaking of UFC and Bellator, MMA, I don't talk about MMA much anymore, but starting to today. Bellator and UFC had events. I didn't make my reviews for them, but I'll say my thoughts and the results here. Bellator had their event on Friday. Bellator 112 this past Friday on Fight TV. It was a decent call, especially the main event was very good. Pat Curran against Daniel Strauss for the featherweight title. That was just a back and forth battle. There was just a brawl. It wasn't a great main event, but it was a good main event. Very intense action with a very shocking and great ending with Pat Curran getting that surprise submission in the 5th round. He got his ass beat for most of the rounds, but he came alive in that 5th round and got the submission last second within like 30 seconds left in the fight. So that was like a great finish. And 2 great knockouts in the co-main with Andrea Kortzlov. Great knockout of the guy Nanshan Burrell. And Sano Pisa getting a good KO too. The first fight was decent with Adam McDonough winning. And Sano Pisa winning that with the TKO, and Andre Korskov, the Russian, getting the TKO. And also UFC 171 happened on Saturday. I didn't make a review because I didn't see all the fights. I only saw 4 fights out of 5. And the last couple of UFC, if you've seen my UFC reviews, I'm not being happy about the last couple of UFC events. But this one, hopefully, is the start of UFC finally being good again. I missed the first fight, but I saw the second fight then on, because I had a gig, DJ gig, which was Hector Lombard against Jake Shields. Hector Lombard just destroyed Jake Shields. A decent first round, but he just pummeled on him. It was like a beatdown match for the rest of the fight, with Hector Lombard getting the victory over Jake Shields. Jake Shields probably going to go down in the rankings in the welterweight division. Then we had Miles Jury taking on Diego Sanchez. That was the third fight. I thought Sanchez was going to win, but this Jury guy got it, just pummeled Diego. Not as much as a beatdown match as the Lombard match, but Jury, those punches were just vicious on Diego. So vicious, and he got the victory, unanimous decision for Miles Jury. Then Iron Woodley took on Carlos Condit. Kind of a screwy co-main event. It was a decent, okay first round. I thought the second round was going to get better. That was until a big body kick from Mr. Woodley kind of collided with Condit's knee, and Condit got injured, and Woodley won the fight after Condit got injured after that kick. Then on to the main event. Probably some debate over the victory. The good news was Herb Dean didn't referee this again for the 3rd straight pay-per-view. The last 2 main events have been screwy because of Herb Dean. But the bad news is the judges may have screwed up. But let's see how you take it. But here's how I took the main event, which was for the vacant UFC welterweight championship. Johnny Hendricks taking on Robbie Lawler. Now in my mind, I thought Lawler won because he was more the aggressor. He won 3 fights to 5 because he was more the aggressor. He was more the aggressive, like pushing Hendricks against the wall, especially getting those. You thought Miles Jury had some vicious punches. So did Robbie Lawler. He really bloodied the hell out of Hendricks. But no guy was really in any danger. It was a decent fight, very good pummeling action, but no one guy was in danger. That wasn't until the 5th round where I think got Hendricks the victory. Because Hendricks just pummeled on Lawler, and Lawler was almost knocked out. There was like 2 minutes left in the fight, and Lawler was reeling. He was about to get knocked out for the win, but Hendricks went for a takedown instead, which might have been a mistake. But Hendricks won the fight by unanimous decision. Because I thought Lawler won just because he was more aggressive. But I think Hendricks won just because of sympathy for losing the GSP. But more importantly, he was more aggressive and had Lawler in danger in that 5th round. That 5th round, basically, in my mind, won the fight for Hendricks. But no matter what, I think Lawler should get a rematch. But I'm glad Hendricks finally won the title, for good or for bad. There you go, with Hendricks winning by the unanimous decision, and it was a fight of the night, deservedly so. And performance of the night, that's new. That's a new award. No knockout and submission, just performance of the night. Vince Prue, who won in the first card. I missed that fight. And Dennis Bermudez, who won those performance of the night honors. He was prelim. Now, on with my WWE Raw preview for the night as the Road to WrestleMania continues. Alright. Top 5 questions. Actually, top 4 questions must be answered tonight. Question number 4. What will Taker say about Lesnar tonight? Now, the Taker-Brock Lesnar feud is continuing to heat up. Lesnar was not on Raw last week. Heyman was, as they got into a little promo with them two, talking about how Lesnar will indeed rest in peace if he would step in the ring with Taker. I don't think they officially announced Taker and Lesnar yet, on storyline-wise, but I think it is official in many people's eyes. So we'll see how this feud ends up, especially with Taker being in his home state of Texas tonight. His real home state, not his storyline home state of Death Valley. So there you go. Question number 4. Will we get any more names besides a new name in the Hall of Fame? Now we've been hearing about Scott Hall getting in, which may not happen, but hopefully it'll happen soon. Carlos Colon was added as a new inductee on the SmackDown on Friday. And now a new name's been added. It's been rumored for the last couple weeks. Now it's official. I be the fool, Mr. T. Honoring the 30th anniversary of the first main event. Because you had 3 out of the 4 guys in the main event already in the Hall of Fame. Hogan, Roddy Piper, and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. But Mr. T is getting in. He was the only one from the main event not to be inducted. It makes sense. It's the 30th anniversary of WrestleMania. So he'll be going in along with Carlos Colon, who'll be inducted by Carlito. That'll be interesting to see Carlito back. Jake the Snake Roberts to be inducted by Diamond Dallas Page. Ultra Warrior to be inducted by Linda McMahon. Paul Bearer, who knows who's inducting him? I say Kane or Undertaker. And Lita. We don't know who's inducting her yet. I'm guessing hopefully Trish. So there you go. Mr. T added to the Hall of Fame. See if Scott Hall will finally get added someday. Before another earthquake happens in Los Angeles. Roddy Piper made fun of that. When he's like, when I heard Mr. T was going into the Hall of Fame, the world started shaking because of that earthquake today in Los Angeles. Question number 2. Will any new matches be added to WrestleMania? Now, we still got to get a Divas match, probably. At least to get a Divas match. And another good side question. Will we get any more names in the Under the Giant Battle Royal? We'll probably get more names. Of course, we have some in it, including Ryback, Big E, Curtis Axel, Del Rio, Ziggler, I should have got that, and Fandango. So we'll see if any more names get added to that Battle Royal and more matches, like a Divas match probably, a Shield match, and maybe Swagger, and then Cesaro. See what adds tonight. And question number 1. Will there be any confrontation between D-Bry and Triple H? After much persuasion, especially with the Occupy Raw movement from the Yes movement last week, D-Bry got his match against Triple H. But the fans got what they want, finally. If D-Bry wins against Triple H at WrestleMania, he'll be inserted in the main event against Batista and Orton for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. So the IWC fans, me kind of included, get D-Bry finally get a chance to get in the main event if he beats Triple H. And Triple H will address the situation tonight. Will there be any confrontation? We'll find out tonight on Raw at 8/7 Central on USA Network. That is it for the Atak Sports for today. See you all later for my Raw review. With that in mind, you've been attacked by the sports news from Zach. Thank you all again for watching. Happy St. Patty's Day, everybody. Yeah. Yes.